All right, shalom, shalom. As always, first and foremost, call like how Hashem, how Shai, Hashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, citation to the elect, and the Lord had delight, pursuant to Deuteronomy chapter 10 and 15. Actually, I'm starting at 14. It says, "Behold, the heavens and the heaven of the heavens is the Lord thy powers. The earth also that is therein, and all that is therein." It says, "Only the Lord, Yahweh Shemeshah, had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people as it is this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked." Scripture say, "Rent your heart and not your garments." All right, before the Father, that he may abundantly pardon you, that he may forgive. A multitude of transgressions that we have committed as a people, what I'm saying, towards his name, seeing as you have played the harlot under every green tree. So it says, "Only the Lord had a delight in their fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all this people as it is this day." So to this day, that's a confirmation that the Israelites are still the people to this day. The Lord is still dealing with his people, even as it is this day, man. The scripture said that there's no end unto the people. There's no end unto the people. So Esau's here, Jacob's here, all the nations, all the biblical nations that you see on the table of nations, they're all alive and good. The nations, they're alive and good. They're just going by different names, different classifications that Esau set up for them, because the earth is given to the hands of the devil, Job 9:24. So Esau, he set to change times and laws, Daniel 7:25, and he switched up the calendar, and he also switched up people's names and everything. So you got these different corporate title names, especially for us, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Black, Afro-American. The other nations got different names, like Saudi Arabia, Russia, all these different names, for these different particular nations that are corporate entities. These corporations that are set up to line the pockets of the governments and use the citizens as their means of doing so. But it's all underneath that Edomite power structure. So lucky, man. I got these allergies. This time of the year that the allergies come about, but it says Sirach chapter 9 and verse 11. It says, "Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end, and delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in. But remember that they shall not go unpunished unto their grave." That's right. Our delight is that our names is written in heaven, as the Lord told his disciples, "Rejoice that your names are written in heaven." Not that the spirits are subject unto you through my name, but rather that your names are written in heaven. So take delight that the Lord had chosen or given favor to the seed of thy father, which is you, even unto this day, Deuteronomy 10:15. All right, so the Most High have favor towards our seed, the seed of our fathers. That's why I said foreskin, circumcise the foreskin of your heart, in the 16th verse. And he told you to rend your heart, not your garments. Basically, come to the Lord with a contrite spirit, being as though we've transgressed as people, but it says delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in, right? Sirach 9 and 12. So basically, aka this world, you delight in this world, you're gonna be punished, as it were, according to Zechariah the first chapter, or I believe it's Zephaniah the first chapter, the King's Apparel. The Lord gonna punish the king's children that clothe in strange apparel, that delight not in the law of the Lord, and the law of the Most High, not after the law of man, or the law of the white man, I should say, the law of this world, the way of this world. All right, the scripture says in 1 Corinthians 7:31, the fashion of this world passeth away, right? Using this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world pass away. Right? This world is getting ready to go, and its ways, its philosophies, it's wicked. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 6:21, if your delight be 20th verse. Therefore the desire of wisdom brings to a kingdom. If your delight be in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom that you may reign forevermore. All right. We're not gonna reign because anything secular on this side. It's all spiritual. Scripture says, seek the kingdom of heaven first, and all things shall be added unto you. If your delight be in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom that you may reign forevermore. As for wisdom, what she is and how she came up, I will tell you, and will not hide mysteries from you, but will seek her out from the beginning of her nativity, and bring the knowledge of her into light, and will not pass over the truth. Neither will I go with consuming envy, for such a man shall have no fellowship with wisdom, but the multitude of the wise, the welfare of the world, and wise kings are upholding of his people. Receive therefore instruction through my words, and it shall do you good. All right, so delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in. Delight in these words. All right, that should be your delight. As the Lord said, he set me in a broad place. In Psalms 18, King David said, the Most High set him in a large place. For I have delighted in thy ways. Go over there real quick. Psalms the 18th chapter. And the 18th verse, it says, they prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my stay. He brought me forth into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness. According to the cleanness of my hands, have he recompensed me. Joel 17:9. He that had clean hands made stronger and stronger. All right, it says, for I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my power. For all his judgments were before me, and I did not put away his statutes from me. And I was also upright before him, and I kept myself from mine iniquity. Therefore hath the Lord recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands, in his eyesight. See, because the Lord seeth not as man seeth. 1 Samuel 16:7, right? The Lord looketh upon the heart, right? It says 25th verse. With the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful, and with the upright man thou shalt show thyself upright. With the pure thou shalt show thyself pure, and with the forward thou wilt show thyself forward. For thou wilt save the afflicted people, and thou wilt bring down high looks. See, for thou wilt light my candle, and the Lord will enlighten my darkness. The Lord said, I'll blow out your candlestick, right? That the Lord gonna light the candle of the faithful. He'll put out the candle of the wicked. The scripture say the light of the candle of the wicked shall be put out. So the candle of the wicked shall be put out. For thou will light my candle. The Lord said, He'll light the candle, King David candle. Likewise, the believers, the house of David. The Lord my power will enlighten my darkness. For by thee I have run through a troop, spiritual power. All right, run through an army. All right, by my power I have leapt over a wall. As for the Most High, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried, and he's a buckler to all them that put their trust in him. A fasten, a buckler, basically like a belt. You know what I mean? You protect it. That's a tight ship. The Lord got you fastened. There's a buckler out to all them that put their trust in him. For who is the Most High save the Lord? Yeah, you won't fall. It says, for who is the rock save our power? It is the Most High Abashimashai that girded me with strength, and have made my way to be perfect. He made my feet like hinds feet, and he set me upon high places, upon treading upon the wicked. It said he teach my hands to war, so that a bow of steel broken by my arms. Thou hast given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand have upholding me. I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Right? Lord gonna uphold us with the right hand, which is the Lord and the angels. And thy gentleness have made me great. Yep. Thou hast enlarged my steps unto me, that my feet did not slip. I have pursued my enemies, overtook them. Did I turn again till they were consumed. And I have wounded them, they were not able to rise, and they are fallen under my feet. But thou hast girded me with strength unto the day of battle. Thou hast subdued them under me, that rose up against me. Thou hast given me also the neck of my enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. They cried, but there was none to save them, even unto the Lord, but he answered them not. Right, so the Lord will be the shield and buckler to all them that remain faithful, that delight in the law of the Lord. Psalms 101, right? It says, blessed the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is what? In the law of the Lord. And in his law doth he meditate day and night. It says, Sirach 39:1. He that giveth his mind to the law of the Lord is given to the occupation thereof, the meditation thereof is occupied in prophecies, right? Your delight is in the law of the Lord, right? Have no pleasure in that which the ungodly delighteth in, Sirach 9:12. Psalms 1 and 2, it says, but his delight is in the law of his Lord, and in his law do he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, unmovable, unshakable. Pursuing Acts 20:24. Right now, these things move me, and I count not my life dear, that I may finish my course with joy. There you go. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. He that believeth on me, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. John 7:38. That bringeth forth fruit in his season, in season, out of season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Whatsoever you ask the Lord, he shall give it to you, right? The ungodly are not so, right? But are like the chaff which the wind drive away. Ultimately, the nuclear wind, they're going to take you. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. The Lord know the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Delight not in that which the ungodly take pleasure in, right? Sirach 9:12 again. The delight shall be in the law of the Lord. Delight thyself also in the Lord, Psalms 37:4. And he shall give thee the desires of thine heart, thy most precious desires. The Lord knows, you know what I'm saying, what it is that you desire most. And that's what he's going to give you. That's why he said your heart, where your heart is, that where your treasure is, where your heart be also. You know, what your desire is, what you treasure most, is that's what you desire the most. You know, if your delight be in thrones and scepters, honor, wisdom, that you may reign forevermore. Wisdom of Solomon 6:21, right? So your delight must be in the Lord. You know, your delight. You should delight to do this work. You should delight to be in this counsel, in this knowledge, in this truth. You should delight to be looking forward to the end. You know? Not looking forward to more time in this bitch, in captivity, solitary confinement. America's like solitary confinement. You get a couple meals a day, you get to see the sun a few hours, and then you gotta go right back to the hole. You know. So it says, let's spare 4:41 p.m. Let's spare. It says, Commit thy way unto him, to the Lord, trust in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Psalms 37:6, he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and the judgment as the noonday. It said, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him, and fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Yeah, because at the end of the day, the prosperity of the wicked is yet but for a moment. The prosperity of the wicked is but for a moment. The triumph of the wicked is but for a moment, right? His day is short, and his time is but a vapor on the earth, you know. But the steps of the good, you know, say, are forever. The way of the righteous is forever. It says Psalms 119 verse 35. It says, "Make me to go in the path of thy commandments, for therein I do delight, and incline my heart unto thy testimonies, and not unto covetousness, not unto this wicked ass world." You know, incline the Lord, incline our hearts into delight in the law. You know, which this whole chapter, Psalms 119, is like the longest chapter in the scriptures, but it's like the whole chapter is about delighting in the Lord, basically. Like the whole chapter comes up like the word itself comes up like 6-7 times in that chapter. You know, it says Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth, and the Lord delights in whom he corrects. That's the Lord. It pleased the Lord to bruise his son Yahushua. So that's a son in whom he delighted. That's why he said when he came on the scene, he said, "This is my only begotten son. Hear ye him, in whom I am well pleased." You know, this is my only begotten son, in whom I am well pleased. Basically, in other words, in whom am I delighted? You know, the Lord had a delight towards our fathers that that took heed, like Enoch, man, and the rest of them. That's why it says Enoch was translated, being an example to repentance unto all generations. All right, and that same righteous generation is here today, delighting in the law of the Lord, though they be few. You know, though they be few in number. You know, but as Scripture say, the wave is greater than the drop. So the what is abundant in number right now is the wicked. The wicked is abundant in number. They're like they represent the sea. Like they're the majority of the people. You know, the wicked. The majority of these fucking people are just wicked, man. The love of many wax cold, as Scripture say. You know, so what you have in abundance is nothing but wickedness. That's why the Lord drowned the earth the first time. In the first death, the Lord drowned the earth because he seen that every thought in man was just straight wicked, straight perverse, straight filthy. You know, every thought in these numbskulls was just straight dirt. You know, and today it's even worse. You know, if it was bad back then, you know, imagine today where you got you got the internet, you got all this weird shit on you know, the days, or the people are worse and worse, which every passing generation, you know, the people are worse and worse. They're not significantly better now. They're significantly worse, you know, with more freedom than ever before, and they delight in ungodly, you know, in the ungodly society, which, you know, is ran by the devil himself. So this is a society with a false balance. It says Proverbs 11:1. It says a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just way is his delight. A society that has no balance, just straight filth all the day long, man. A pride society. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. That's right. A society full of pride, LGBT, a society full of moles, society full of, just dirt, straight filth. And we just read earlier, the Lord bring down the proud looks, man. It said Proverbs 19, verse 10. Delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes, right? Delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. That's what's going on in this society. A servant is ruling over the princes, man. Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter. I've seen servants walking upon the ground, kings walking upon the ground, princes walking upon the ground, and servants upon thrones, upon horses, and also a reversal of roles, is about to take place, where we're going to switch places with these devils, and we're going to be the ones on the power seat, man. And we have to look at these devils riding on top of you, man. But it's not seemly, right? Delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. The Lord gave these devils the rule over us, so we'll be corrected, and the Lord may have delight onto us, Proverbs 29:17. Correct thy son, he shall give thee rest. Right? Yeah, he shall give delight unto thy soul. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. So correct thy son, he shall give thee rest and delight unto thy soul. The Lord is delighted with a multitude of children that have been through correction, that have been tried and refined in the fire of adversity here in Babylon. That's what he take delight in, not delight in unprofitable children. The scripture say, delight not in ungodly sons. Sirach 16, delight not in ungodly sons. The Lord delight in the ones that pass the adversity, the trials. The Lord accept, he chastise every son whom he receiveth, right? So he gonna have delight towards the sons that he chose to endure his chastisement, man. In Babylon, because that's what's all we called into this thing, to endure chastisement, so we can delight the Father. Your Father is happy when you go through adversity and you're able to endure. That's why it says it's thanksworthy for the Most High to suffer grief or suffer wrongfully. 1 Peter 2, right? So in this society, the remnant is suffering wrongfully, because they didn't fuck up as like all Israel did, even though all our righteousness is at filthy rags, but the remnant was always following the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. Yet the whole nation had to pay for the sins of many, for the sins of the unrighteous generation, Okay, now the Lord has delight in his elect, right? Isaiah 42:1, it says, behold my servant whom I uphold, mine elect in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him, and he shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. And he shall not cry nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street. A bruised reed shall he not break, and a smoking flax shall he not quench. He shall bring forth judgment into truth. Then his elect, mine elect in whom his soul delighteth, are those that believe in the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. Now, it said he shall not fail nor be discouraged till he have set judgment in the earth. Likewise, his men, you know, they will not fail nor be discouraged. And the isle shall wait for his law. Thus said the Lord power, he that created the heavens and the earth, and stretched out and spread forth the earth, that which cometh out of it, he that giveth breath to the people upon it, and the spirit to them that walk therein. I, the Lord, called thee in righteousness, and will hold thy hand, yep, and will keep thee, and will give thee for a covenant to the people, for a light to the Gentiles, to open the blind's eyes, and to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in darkness out the prison house. For I am the Lord, that is my name. Yahweh Shemashah is my name. My glory I will not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. Behold, the former things will come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth. Ye that go down to the sea, and all that is therein, the isles thereof, and the inhabitants thereof. In other words, take the light. You know, in this gospel, take the light in the fact that the Lord is coming. You know, all people should be ecstatic, man. They should be happy that the Most High is coming. But the scripture do say in Amos 5 that woe to you to desire the day of the Lord. What is it unto you? So only the wicked are as the troubled sea that desire not the day of the Lord. You know, the wicked, you know, the wicked of our people, they desire to stay here. You know, they desire to continue in this bitch. They desire to remain here. That's why the Lord said, I punish them that set on their leads. You know, they remain comfortable in this place. All right, we desire to depart from this captivity, man. We desire to leave this place. And I'm saying the scripture say the whole creation groaneth together. You know, it travaileth in pain and groaneth together. You know, as being stuck here, man. You feel stuck. Your spirit just stuck. You know, and it doesn't belong. You know. Why? Because you're not wicked. You know, you got an upright spirit in you, man. You know. It says, Isaiah 58:1, it says, cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness and forsook not the ordinances of the Most High. They ask of me the ordinances of justice. They take delight in approaching to the Most High. Yeah, that's right. You're supposed to take delight in approaching to the Most High, man. It says Hebrews 4:16. It says, let us come before the throne of the Most High boldly, that we may obtain mercy. You know, so that's taking delight in the law of the Most High. That's taking delight in approaching to the Most High, man. All right, the scripture say, take the oversight of the flock, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind. Willingly, meaning delighting to do so, man. Hey, boy, you should be happy, boy. You should be very happy, man. Jumping down 13 verse, it says, if thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath day thy delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure. Yep. Because this society is all about your own pleasure, doing your own thing, living your own life. You know what I'm saying? Not the Lord, not the Lord's ways. The Lord is the last thing on that's important. You know, it says not doing their own pleasure, nor finding that, not doing their own ways, doing your own thing, nor finding their own pleasure, nor speaking their own words. Then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it. The Lord is going to feed us with the heritage of Jacob our fathers, right? Because what? Deuteronomy 10 and 15. He took delight in choosing our fathers, man, and choosing Jacob, right? It pleased the Lord to give his inheritance unto Jacob. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the form of all things. Jeremiah 10:16, right? When the Lord divided the nations their inheritance, man, he set them their bounds by the portion of the children of Israel. Deuteronomy 32 and 9. Sirach 17:17, right? So on and so forth, because that's how much the Lord loved his people. That's how much he cared, you know, for his widow, his fatherless, you know. So it says 14 verse, then thou shalt delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high place of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken it. The delight, he's going to delight to give you the heritage of Jacob thy father, which is the kingdom, the house of David, you know, being established upon the earth, man. The Lord going to delight to choose you, man. You know? It said Malachi chapter 2 and verse 16. For the Lord of power of Israel saith that he hateth putting away for one cover of violence with his garment, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore take heed to your spirit, that you deal not treacherously. Ye have wearied the Lord with your words, yet ye say, wherein have we wearied him? When ye say, everyone that doeth evil is good in the sight of the Lord, and he delighteth in them, or where is the power of judgment? Yeah, that's Jake, man. You know, they pervert equity. You know, they draw near unto the Lord, but their heart is far from him, you know, because they delight in wickedness. But they're gonna say, "Oh, I love the Most High." You tell them the truth, and you know, it's like it's like kryptonite to them, you know. That's why it says in John the 3rd chapter that they refuse to come to the light lest their deeds should be reproved. You know, for the darkness hate the light, and that's the world. That's the wave that's greater than the drop, right? All right. But it says Romans 7 and verse 21. For I find then a law that when I do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of the Most High after the inward man. So it's all about the inward man, not the outward man. Because the outward man perisheth daily, but the inward man is renewed through this word, through the spirit. You know, that's why it says we faint not. Having this gospel, this truth, we faint not. Even though the outward man may perish, the inward man renewed daily. It continually renewed. Well, that's why it says, who is thou to judge another man's servant? Romans 14:4. For the Lord is able to make him stand. No. Anyways, the 22nd verse. For I delight in the law of the Most High after the inward man, man. Because the Lord is dealing with the spiritual. You know, that's the inward man. That's who the Lord's beautifying. You know, the meek with salvation, where the meek is in the spirit. You know. It says Sirach 51 and verse 10. It says, I called upon the name of the Lord, upon the Lord, the Father of my Lord, that he would not leave me in the days of my trouble and in the times of the proud when there was no help. I will praise thy name continually. I will sing praise with thanksgiving So my prayer was heard. For thou hast, uh, for thou saved me from destruction and deliverest me from evil time. Therefore I will give thanks and praise thee and bless thy name, O Lord. When I was yet young, or ever I went abroad, I desired wisdom openly in my prayer, and I prayed for her before the temple, and I would seek her out even unto the end. Even from the flower till the grape was ripe, had my heart delighted in her. My foot went the right way. From my youth up I sought her. I sought after her. I bowed down my ear a little and received her and got much learning. I profited therein. Therefore I will ascribe the glory unto him that giveth me wisdom. For I purpose to do after her, and earnestly I followed that which is good. So shall I not be confounded. And my soul had wrestled with her, and in my doings I was exact. And I stretched forth my hands to the heaven above and bewailed my ignorance of her. And I directed my soul unto her, and I found her in pureness. For I have had my heart joined unto with her from the beginning. Therefore I shall not be forsaken. What that mean? Jeremiah 1:5, right? The Lord, he knew Jeremiah from the womb. He had ascribed Jeremiah's heart. He had directed his soul onto this pureness, onto this word. I have had my heart joined with her from the beginning. Here go Jeremiah, Sirach 51:20. Therefore shall I not be forsaken. There he goes. So there's Ephesians, the first chapter. There's predestination. 21st verse. My heart was troubled in seeking her. Therefore I have gotten a good possession. All right, that's why the scriptures refer to Sirach 36:22. A man beget a wife, he beget a possession. Well, Sophia is namely the one that never gonna leave you if you remain faithful to the Lord. A woman may bounce, she may go, she may leave, she might get tired of you, you may get tired of her, shit might happen. You know, you might think, oh, that's my love of my life. That's the love of my life. And then you find out, boom, you know, that's how it goes. But the spirit of wisdom, she might try you by her crooked ways, but the Lord is not unrighteous to forget your labor of love, because the spirit of the prophet is subject unto the prophet. So as it were, they can't really leave you if you really are of her. They can't leave you, even no matter how low you may find yourself. You see. So it says, I have had my heart joined with her from the beginning. Therefore I shall not be forsaken. My heart was troubled in seeking her. Therefore I have gotten a good possession. The Lord had given me a tongue for my reward, and I will praise him therewith. It said, draw near unto me with you unlearned, and dwell in the house of learning. Wherefore are you slow? And what say you of these things, seeing your souls are very thirsty? If I opened my mouth and said, buy her for yourselves without money, and put your neck under the yoke, and let your soul receive instruction, and she is hard to find. Behold with your eyes how that I had but little labor, and have gotten me much rest, and get learning with a great sum of money, and get much gold by her. And let your soul rejoice in his mercy, and be not ashamed of his praise. And work your work betimes, and in his time he will give you your reward. And in due time the Lord will give you a reward if you delight in catching hell. You got to delight in doing this work, man. You got to delight in losing. Scripture say, fulfill you my joy, Philippians 2:2. Well, you got to delight. You got to love the grind, as they call it, man. You got to love going to the gym and busting your ass. You got to love getting sweaty and working, man. That's what a man loves, work, man. Even though he doesn't want to do it, he loves work. A true man, he doesn't really like being idle, you know. Being idle and doing nothing, you know. Sitting still, you know, it doesn't sit right with you, because the scripture say that word burnt to me like a fire, right? Well, if the word burn you like a fire, there's nothing you could do to contain, you know. Well, when you read 1 Corinthians 7, the Apostle Paul says it's better to marry than to burn, right? Well, the marriage supper of the Lamb, you know, the Lord said, go out there and bid as many as you find to the marriage supper of the Lamb. You know, you have this burning, this burning sensation, to speak. I believe, therefore I have spoken. I delight in the Lord, therefore I have spoken. Right? When you take delight in something, like you could tell when Jake, their heart is not really in the truth. They're not really doing lessons like that. They're not really like locked in the spirit. They're more so like about folly. They're more so about hanging out and taking pictures and shit. They're more so about being friends of the world. The scripture says, if a man be a friend of the world, I'm saying he's an enemy of the Most High. So you're gonna know them by their fruits. You're gonna know them by their work. If a man delight in the law of the Lord, man, he gonna always be flowing. Rivers of living water, delighting in the return of the Lord, man, not delighting in this fucking society. Delighting in crumbs, man. This place is crumbs. This place is insignificant. This place is nonsensical. It's a possession for the bittern. The scripture said there's a pool. There's a pool for the there's gonna be a cage of every foul spirit and a pool for the bittern, man. But if the Lord have delight towards us, he will bring us into the land that flows with milk and honey, right? Our old lands that we were supposed to receive, inherit, right? Numbers 14 and verse 8, it says, if the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us into the land and give it to us, a land which floweth with milk and honey. Only rebel not ye against the Lord thy power, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us, fear them not. Right? Only rebel not against the Lord thy power, and the Lord gonna give us the lands back that flow with milk and honey. And I'm saying that the lands that these crackers are fighting over there for, that's not theirs. The Lord gonna delight to give us back. It's your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Fear not, you little flock. Luke 12 and 31, 32, 33 on down. Fear not, your little flock. For it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom, to return unto you was rightfully yours, man, by birthright, which Esau sold to us for yet a morsel of meat, because he's an unpatient, unholy bastard. So that's what he does. All right, and nothing else to be said. Take delight in the law of the Lord, man, and continue therein. For in doing so, you shall save them and yourself and them that hear thee, man. So Deuteronomy 10 and verse 14, behold the heaven, and the heaven of the heaven is the Lord thy powers, the earth also and all that is therein. Only the Lord had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you, above all people, even as it is this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked. For the Lord your God is God of gods, and Lord of lords, and a great God, and a mighty and a terrible, which regard not persons, nor taketh reward. He doth execute the judgment of the fatherless and widow, and loveth the stranger, and giveth him food and raiment. Therefore, delight, man, and the Lord Yahweh Messiah. So with that, I call him Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Rakakwadash, the bonds to the apostles, great millstone, peace, and salutations to the elect. Shalom. Shalom.